In life, most people waste their strength not in action, but in words. They talk about their plans before they are ready, share their emotions before they are understood, and explain their struggles before they have learned from them. This constant outflow of words is like a river that never rests. Soon it dries out. Silence, however, is different. Silence holds. Silence gathers. Silence is a vessel that keeps your strength within you. When you choose silence over unnecessary words, you are not suppressing yourself, you are training yourself. Every moment of silence is a moment of conserving energy. Just as a warrior keeps his sword sheathed until the right time, silence allows you to keep your power hidden, sharp, and ready for the moment it is truly needed. Think of the seed buried deep in the soil. It does not announce its growth. It does not shout about its progress. Yet, in silence, it gathers strength, slowly expanding its roots and preparing itself for the day it will break through the earth. This is the way of nature, and it is the way of life. When you learn to protect your energy with silence, you become like that seed. You grow quietly, without the need for validation or attention, and when the time comes, your actions, not your words, will speak. The tree does not need to tell the world that it is strong. Its roots, its branches, and its presence already declare it. Your silence allows your energy to grow into undeniable strength. Energy is precious. Every time you explain yourself to someone who cannot understand you, you lose a part of it. Every time you share your vision with someone who does not value it, you drain yourself. Every time you defend your choices to people who are not walking your path, you give away pieces of your inner fire. But silence protects you from this waste. Silence allows you to choose where your energy flows. Not every opinion deserves a response. Not every question requires an answer. Not every doubt needs your defense. The discipline of silence teaches you that your energy is not for everyone. It is for the things that truly matter in your life. Silence is not weakness. The weak are loud because they need to be noticed. They shout because they need to prove their worth. But true strength is silent. A mountain does not need to roar to be powerful. The ocean does not need to scream to be deep. The sky does not need to speak to remind you of its vastness. In the same way, your silence carries more weight than your words ever could. When you stop wasting your energy on unnecessary explanations, arguments, and noise, people begin to notice something different in you. They sense a depth, a presence, a calmness that cannot be disturbed. This is the strength of silence. The discipline of silence is also the discipline of focus. When you quiet the noise around you, your attention returns to what matters inside you. You hear your own thoughts more clearly. You feel your own emotions without distortion. You recognize your true priorities without confusion. Many people are lost not because they lack direction, but because they allow the noise of the world to scatter their focus. Social opinions, gossip arguments, distractions. These are all leaks in your energy. Silence repairs those leaks. Silence gathers your focus back into one point, like the sun's rays magnified into fire. This is how silence transforms energy into power. Understand this truth: the most valuable things in your life grow in privacy. Your spiritual strength, your discipline, your dreams, your vision, they all develop in silence. Once you expose them too early, they become fragile. Words are like light. They can nourish, but they can also burn if misused. By keeping silence, you allow your growth to be steady, protected from the judgment and negativity of others. Imagine a sculptor who reveals his work before it is finished. The world will criticize, interrupt, and even destroy the beauty before it can be completed. But the sculptor who works in silence, undisturbed, unveils only when it is ready. Protect your energy the same way. The discipline of silence also teaches patience. In a world that is addicted to instant reactions, to immediate responses, to fast answers, silence becomes rare. But it is in silence that wisdom matures. When you delay your reaction, when you hold your tongue, When you listen instead of speak, you create space for clarity. Many conflicts in this world are born not out of truth, but out of haste. Words spoken too soon, emotions released too quickly, judgments made too early. These are energy leaks that weaken your spirit. Silence protects you from such mistakes. It gives you time to think, to observe, to respond with strength instead of react with weakness. Silence is also a shield. Not everyone you meet is worthy of your truth. Not everyone deserves access to your inner world. By keeping silence, you create boundaries that protect your energy. You are not cold, you are careful. You are not distant, you are disciplined. The one who speaks less, reveals less, and shares less cannot be easily manipulated. Their energy is guarded, their spirit unshaken. The world will always try to pull pieces of you out, your secrets, your emotions, your intentions. But when you master silence, you give them nothing to hold on to. You remain free, you remain strong. The path of silence is not about isolation. It is not about withdrawing from people completely. It is about balance. It is about knowing when to speak and when to remain quiet. Just as night and day both serve a purpose, so do speech and silence. The one who always speaks loses their energy. The one who always stays silent loses their voice. But the one who chooses wisely gains mastery. They understand that energy must be protected, that words must be chosen, and that silence itself can be the most powerful statement. A pause at the right time can change everything. So remember, silence protects energy. In your silence, you gather strength. In your silence, you grow deeper. In your silence, you preserve the essence of who you are. Speak only when your words are stronger than your silence. Share only when your energy is ready to manifest into action. Until then, guard your inner fire. Do not let the noise of the world extinguish it. Do not waste your power in empty words. Let your silence be your protection, your discipline, your strength. Because when the time comes, the energy you have preserved in silence will become unstoppable in action. And that is how silence turns into true power. In a world where everyone is trying to be seen, trying to be noticed, and trying to be heard, mystery has become rare. Most people reveal everything about themselves too quickly. They explain their every thought, they share their every plan, and they expose their every feeling. In doing so, they give away the very essence that makes them unique. But when you hold back, when you allow mystery to surround you, something powerful happens. People begin to respect you. Respect does not come from giving everything away. It comes from leaving something unrevealed. Mystery creates depth. It makes people realize there is more to you than what they see. The more you preserve your hidden layers, the more value others place on your presence. Think of the night sky. We respect its beauty not because we see every star, but because so many remain unseen, hidden in the vastness. The unknown creates awe. The unseen creates respect. In the same way, when you keep parts of your life private, when you don't reveal every detail, you create an aura around you that others cannot easily touch. Mystery gives you weight. It prevents people from treating you as ordinary. For what is fully exposed becomes common, but what is hidden becomes sacred. This is the power of mystery. It transforms your presence into something people approach with caution, curiosity, and reverence. To cultivate mystery is not to pretend. It is not about building walls or acting distant. It is about discipline. The discipline of not giving everything away. When you meet people, you do not have to reveal all your story. When you face challenges, you do not have to expose all your emotions. When you build dreams, you do not have to announce every step. Mystery is a form of wisdom. It teaches you that not everyone deserves full access to you. The less you reveal, the more they want to know. And the more they want to know, the more they begin to value who you are. Respect is not demanded, it is cultivated. And mystery is one of its finest teachers. Observe how leaders, masters, and wise men carry themselves. They do not rush to speak. They do not reveal more than necessary. They hold a part of themselves back. And because of that, people lean closer. They listen more carefully. They feel a gravity around them. This gravity is not built on loudness, but on restraint. It is the mystery of not being fully understood that makes people respect them. If every answer is given too quickly, curiosity dies. But when the answer comes slowly, wrapped in silence, people feel its weight. In the same way, when you learn to preserve mystery in your life, you create respect without even asking for it. Mystery also protects your energy. If people know too much about you, they think they can predict you, control you, or even diminish you. But when you remain mysterious, they cannot place you into a box. They cannot fully define you. And what cannot be defined cannot be controlled. This is why people respect what they cannot fully understand. They may not know your next step. They may not grasp your full depth, but they will respect the unknown. Just as the ocean holds secrets in its depth, you must also keep parts of yourself hidden beneath the surface. It is not deception, it is protection. Understand this truth. Mystery is not about making others confused, it is about making yourself complete. When you do not constantly expose yourself to the opinions of others, you keep your inner world intact. You remain whole, unshaken, and undisturbed. Too much exposure makes you vulnerable to judgment, criticism, and misuse. But mystery guards you. It allows people to see enough to admire, but not enough to diminish. Respect flows naturally from this balance. People respect what they cannot easily reach. They respect what they cannot easily consume. Your mystery makes your presence rare, and rarity always commands value. Think of precious stones. Diamonds are not scattered on the surface of the earth. They are hidden deep within. Because they are hidden, people search for them, treasure them, and respect their value. The same is true for human beings. When you scatter yourself everywhere, when you reveal yourself to everyone, you lose value. But when you remain selective, when you allow only a few to truly know you, your worth multiplies. Mystery creates scarcity, and scarcity creates respect. People begin to realize that access to you is not cheap, that your energy cannot be taken for granted. That is how mystery elevates you above the ordinary. Mystery also cultivates discipline within yourself. It teaches you to be comfortable with not being fully understood, with not always needing to explain, and with not always seeking validation. Many people speak because they fear being forgotten. They reveal themselves because they fear being invisible. But the one who embraces mystery knows that respect is not built on exposure, it is built on presence. You do not need to be everywhere to be remembered. You do not need to speak always to be heard. Your mystery allows your silence, your actions, and your energy to do the speaking for you. Respect built on mystery is long-lasting. People may forget your words, but they will not forget the feeling of your presence. They will remember the depth they could not fully understand, the silence they could not fully break, the aura they could not fully touch. This is the kind of respect that does not fade quickly. Loudness is soon forgotten, but depth remains. When people realize they cannot easily measure you, they will hold you in higher regard. Mystery gives you the advantage of timelessness. Your name, your actions, your presence will carry a weight far greater than those who give everything away too easily. So remember, mystery cultivates respect. Do not be quick to reveal yourself. Do not scatter your truth before it has matured. Hold parts of yourself within. Let people see enough to know you are real, but never enough to think they have fully understood you. For what is known becomes ordinary, but what remains unknown becomes extraordinary. Let mystery be your shield, your strength, your silent teacher. Because when you master the art of mystery, you do not need to demand respect. It will come to you naturally, like the way we bow to the mountains, like the way we stand in awe before the endless sky. Every mind carries a vision, but only a disciplined mind can bring it to life. Too often, people scatter their focus because they expose their goals too soon. They speak about their plans to everyone, seeking validation before they take the first step. But words spoken too early leak energy, and energy leaked cannot create transformation. Privacy is not about isolation. It is about concentration. When you keep your goals private, you direct your focus inward, sharpening it like a blade. Just as a flame burns stronger when protected from the wind, your vision becomes sharper when kept away from unnecessary eyes. Privacy shields your focus from distraction, doubt, and interference. Without privacy, focus weakens. With privacy, focus becomes unstoppable. Think of an archer preparing to release the arrow. His eyes are fixed, his breathing controlled, his mind steady. At that moment, he does not announce his intention to the crowd. He does not explain where he is aiming or why. His entire being is absorbed in the target. That is privacy at work. It is the ability to hold your energy within, to protect your concentration from the noise around you. In the same way, when you keep your vision private, you free yourself from outside influence. You no longer waste time answering questions or defending your choices. Your focus is preserved, and preserved focus always hits the target more powerfully than scattered attention. Privacy also protects you from unnecessary judgment. When you reveal your plans too soon, people will place their doubts upon them. They will criticize, question, and even mock what they do not understand. These external voices weaken your focus, scattering your attention between your dream and their opinions. But when you keep your vision private, you deny them that power. You remain centered, undisturbed, and undistracted. Just as a seed grows beneath the soil, protected from storms, so too must your focus grow in the privacy of your own discipline. Once it is strong enough, once it has rooted deeply, it can withstand the winds of doubt. Until then, privacy is the soil that protects your focus from harm. Privacy is also clarity. The more you speak about your goals, the more they scatter into fragments. The more you keep them private, the more you can see them clearly in your own mind. Talking divides focus, but silence concentrates it. Many people confuse activity with progress. They think that sharing their vision makes it real, but a dream becomes real not through words, but through disciplined action. Privacy strengthens this discipline. It teaches you to act more and speak less, to do more and explain less. Every step you take in silence builds focus, and every step taken in focus builds results. Privacy creates order in the mind. When you close the door to outside noise, you hear your own voice more clearly. You stop running after the distractions of the world. You stop comparing your journey with others. You stop doubting yourself because of what people might think. Instead, your focus turns inward. You begin to ask the right questions. What do I want? What matters most to me? What am I willing to discipline myself for? This inner dialogue, born in privacy, strengthens your focus like nothing else. Because in the end, the mind that is scattered by the world is weak, but the mind that is concentrated on its own purpose is unshakable. Privacy is not selfishness, it is self-mastery. It is the recognition that not everything needs to be shared, that not everyone deserves access to your inner world. The energy of your focus is like water. If you pour it into too many cups, it becomes diluted. But if you keep it contained, it gathers strength and pressure, enough to cut through stone. This is why privacy is essential for focus. It prevents your energy from being diluted by external demands. You do not need to explain your silence. You do not need to justify your privacy. The one who is truly focused knows that their results will speak louder than their words. Privacy also teaches patience. The world pushes for immediate exposure. Show your progress, prove your worth, share your results. But true mastery grows in silence. The strongest bamboo grows underground for years before it rises above the surface. During those years, it strengthens its roots, preparing to reach higher than other plants. In the same way, your focus deepens in privacy. Without rushing to show results, you prepare, you build, you refine. And when the time comes, your work will rise with strength that cannot be ignored. Privacy gives you the patience to focus fully on the process, not the applause. Privacy also shields you from envy and distraction. Not every eye that watches you wishes you well. Some carry jealousy, others carry doubt, and many carry expectations that are not yours to fulfill. When you expose your plans too early, you invite these distractions into your focus. But when you remain private, you stay free. Your focus belongs only to you. No outside opinion, no hidden envy, no unnecessary pressure can touch it. This freedom is vital because true focus requires purity. It must be directed entirely toward your goal without interference. Privacy is the barrier that keeps your focus pure. Discipline and privacy walk hand in hand. Focus cannot survive in a noisy environment. It needs quiet. It needs space. It needs protection. That is why monks, warriors, and masters of every tradition value solitude and privacy. They know that the mind, when guarded, grows sharper. They know that focus, when protected, becomes indestructible. And so must you learn. Do not share every detail. Do not scatter your attention. And do not allow the noise of the world to consume your energy. Your focus is your greatest weapon, and privacy is the sheath that protects it. Together, they give you mastery over your life. So remember, privacy strengthens focus. The less you reveal, the more energy you preserve. The less you scatter, the more power you gather. Keep your goals private until they are strong enough to stand on their own. Protect your vision as you would protect fire from the wind. Do not allow noise, judgment, or envy to steal your focus. In privacy, your mind sharpens. In privacy, your discipline grows. In privacy, your focus becomes unstoppable. And when the time comes, you will not need to explain, defend, or prove yourself. Your results will speak for you, and they will speak with the strength of 1,000 words kept in silence. Strength is not measured by how much you can take from the world, but by how much you can refuse. Too many people believe that saying yes to everything makes them generous, kind, or strong. But in truth, it makes them scattered and weak. Boundaries are not walls that isolate you. They are shields that protect you. Just as a river becomes powerful only when guided by its banks, your life becomes powerful only when guided by clear boundaries. Without them, your energy spills everywhere. With them, it flows with force and direction. To set a boundary is not to push people away. It is to honor your own space, your time, and your energy. Boundaries are the invisible lines that remind both you and others of what is sacred. Think of the body. Your skin is a boundary. It protects your inner organs, your blood, your life. Without this natural boundary, you would not survive a single day. Boundaries in life function in the same way. They keep the unnecessary out and preserve what is essential within. Yet many people fear boundaries. They think that saying no will make them unloved, that protecting their space will make them seem selfish. But the opposite is true. Boundaries command respect. They show others that your life has structure, that your time has value, that your energy is not to be wasted. Just as we respect the walls of a temple, people respect those who honor themselves with boundaries. Boundaries are also clarity. They separate what belongs to you from what belongs to others. Without boundaries, you carry burdens that are not yours to bear. You take responsibility for other people's emotions, mistakes, and choices. This drains your strength and leaves you empty. But when you set boundaries, you learn to return to yourself. You recognize what is your responsibility and what is not. You focus on your own growth instead of being pulled into the chaos of others. Boundaries do not mean you lack compassion. They mean your compassion has order. They mean you can give without losing yourself, help without being consumed, and love without being destroyed. To create boundaries requires courage. It is easier to say yes than to say no. It is easier to let others invade your time than to protect it. But every yes that violates your truth weakens you. Every no that honors your truth strengthens you. Boundaries are not about pleasing others. They are about preserving yourself. And when you preserve yourself, you actually give more to the world. Because only the full can overflow. Only the strong can uplift others. Without boundaries, you become drained, resentful, and weak. With boundaries, you become steady, peaceful, and powerful. That is why boundaries are not barriers, they are foundations. They hold you upright, firm against the pressures of life. Notice the trees in the forest. Each one stands in its own space. The roots do not strangle one another, they respect distance. The branches do not fight for the same place in the sky, they grow in harmony. Nature respects boundaries, and because of that, it thrives. Human beings, however, often forget this law. They invade the space of others and allow others to invade theirs. This creates conflict, confusion, and exhaustion. But when you live with clear boundaries, you live in alignment with nature, you give space and you take space, you respect yourself and you respect others. In this balance, strength is born. Boundaries are also protection for your focus. Without them, you allow distractions to control your day. People demand your attention. Circumstances pull at your energy, and soon your purpose is lost. But when you set boundaries around your time, your habits, your commitments, you guard your focus like a treasure. A warrior does not train while entertaining distractions. A master does not study while answering every call. In the same way, you cannot reach mastery if you have no boundaries. To achieve greatness, you must be disciplined enough to say no to the unnecessary. Your boundaries become the silent discipline that preserves your strength and sharpens your focus. Boundaries also teach others how to treat you. When you allow disrespect, people continue to disrespect. When you allow intrusion, people continue to intrude. But when you set firm boundaries, people begin to recognize your worth. They realize that you are not available for everything, not open to everyone, and not accessible at all times. This creates respect. Just as rare things are valued more than common ones, your time and energy gain value when protected. Boundaries are the way you train the world to respect you, and the world will only respect you as much as you respect yourself. To live without boundaries is to live without strength. You become like a door left open in the storm. Anything and everything can enter. But with boundaries, you become like a fortress. Not a fortress of coldness, but of wisdom. You decide who enters and who remains outside. You decide how much energy to give and how much to preserve. You decide when to open and when to close. This is strength, the ability to govern your own life. Without boundaries, you are controlled by the desires of others. With boundaries, you are guided by the discipline of your own spirit. Remember that boundaries are not just external, they are also internal. External boundaries protect your time, your energy, your relationships. Internal boundaries protect your thoughts, your emotions, your habits. To strengthen yourself, you must set limits, not only with others but with yourself. Do not allow your mind to dwell on what weakens you. Do not allow your emotions to control your actions. Do not allow your habits to waste your days. Internal boundaries are the highest form of discipline, for they train you to master yourself, and the one who masters himself does not need to conquer others. His presence alone carries strength. So remember, boundaries are strength. They are not walls of fear but walls of wisdom. They are not signs of selfishness but signs of self-respect. Boundaries preserve your energy, protect your focus, and give structure to your life. They teach others how to treat you and teach you how to honor yourself. Do not be afraid to say no. Do not be afraid to protect your space. For every no that honors your boundaries is a yes to your growth, your peace, and your power. Just as the river flows with strength because of its banks, so too will your life flow with strength when guided by clear boundaries. The one who guards his boundaries stands unshakable, respected, and free.